Hi folks, Dr. Ed Beyer. Today I'm going to talk about a question that I get a lot of times in regards to Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and that is looking at the antibodies to the thyroid. Let me clear up some of the confusion. Number one, I get this question, why could you have Hashimoto's when your antibodies show up negative? What you need to understand is this. The hallmark of autoimmune disease is exacerbations and remission. If you're tested on the day that your immune system's not attacking the thyroid, those antibodies are going to show up low. And you could say, hey, I'm cured, when you're really not, okay? The next day you can have an attack and the antibodies will be raised again. So looking at your antibody, once you test positive one time for these antibodies, TPO or TGB, you have it. The genes have been expressed and there's no cure for it. There's only remission. So looking at your antibodies is not a good marker. You got to look at other markers on your thyroid panel to see if your thyroid is working well, mainly free T3 and reverse T3. So you can't track these antibodies, folks. That's not a really good judge of whether or not you're getting your autoimmunity under control. So if you do a blood draw and you're in a remission, the antibodies are going to show up low, but you still have the disease because if you did one of your triggers, they would go up again. That's called seronegative Hashimoto's. In other words, you just did a test on the day where there weren't any attacks in your thyroid. Doesn't mean you're cured. All right? And you cannot cure an autoimmune disease. You can only put it in remission. So to recap, once you test positive once, you have it. There's no cure. You can put it in remission, but there's no cure. And it is possible to do a test on you and the antibodies show within normal, but that doesn't mean you're cured. And tracking your antibodies doesn't necessarily mean how good or how well you're doing in managing your Hashimoto's. I hope that clarifies that topic. I'm Dr. Ed Beyer. Have a great day.